and More Spirit takes over coming past the wire. It will be More Spirit to win the Los Alamitos Futurity by a length and a half.
This is just an unbelievable day for Bob Baffert and Mike Smith. They are unstoppable. More Spirit has dominated the Met Mile. He won it by 7 lengths.
Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Nicole Russo. Welcome to Spa Babies, presented by Spendthrift. We're going to kick off Thursday's $1 Pick 6 at Saratoga with our Spa Baby rests. Let's take a look at this field. We're going 1 1/8 miles, Nicole. They do this once a year at Saratoga. It's always fun to see 2-year-olds go 9 furlongs, because if you go 1 1/8 miles as a 2-year-old, you're almost at 1 1/4 miles on the first Saturday in May, aren't you?
Yeah, and Saratoga really cards some fun 2-year-old races for Traverse Week, and this is one of the most fun races because, as you said, we definitely start thinking about the future with these horses. I think experience will count for this challenge. I think pedigree will count. These are all experienced runners in this race, so to start separating them, I'm perhaps going to look for the ones who have experience going a little bit longer already.
One of them is the number 1, Dumi Knife, going out for trainer Mike Maker. This horse raced in a 2-turn mile at Indiana Grand and just missed. A good effort by a neck. This is a $52,000 yearling by Daredevil from the family of Tempera, who won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies and was named champion 2-year-old. Lots to like and should say valuable ground from the inside post.
Lots to like coming from a barn that is doing so well at this meet, doing well with across the board, but definitely with the 2-year-old. As you said, a nice female family by Daredevil, who's the sire of Grade 1 winning routers, Swiss Skydiver, and She Dares the Devil in his first crop. And as you said, that near miss was at a 2-turn mile. I think going 2 turns can be as much of a mental as a physical challenge for these young horses. So I like that this one does have the experience going 2 turns.
The number 2, Luni Sima. This is a Calumet Farm homebred that also debuted at 1 mile. He debuted at Ellis Park. Made kind of a mid-race move there before faltering by Travers winner Keen Ice out of a stakes-winning dirt sprinter. Going out for the Jack Sisterson barn that's having a really strong Saratoga meet. 2 horses came out of that Ellis Park race to win. The runner-up coming back to win at Saratoga on the turf with a 68 buyer.
Yeah, and Ellis Park really has kind of a sneaky good 2-year-old program. It's not mentioned in the same vein as the summer meets at Del Mar and Saratoga, but a lot of nice horses have come out of Ellis in recent years. As you said, the barn is having a strong meet. Luis Saez is Saratoga's leading rider right now. From the first crop of Traverse winner Keen Ice, who was also 3rd in the Belmont Stakes and on the board at a number of other major route events, Keen Ice is son of Curlin, so really just a stamina-laden sire line.
Phipps Stable homebred number 3, Imminent Storm, is up next. This is a gray son of Flatter. Shug McGahee often takes his time and gives his horses a race or two before they fire. So I'm going to take the 6th place finish in the career debut with a grain of salt. I like that Shug's putting blinkers on, and just look at this pedigree. 2nd dam Storm Flag flying, 3rd dam My Flag. 4th dam was a pretty good horse too.
Yeah, a little horse called Personal Ensign. You might have heard of her. You combine that family with Flatter, a son of AP Indy. As you said, the McGahee barn usually improves horses 2nd or 3rd time out, usually has them ready to stretch out. This is what the Phipps program does. One of a couple of horses in here coming out of Stellar Tap's impressive maiden win earlier this month.
Rattle N Roll is up next, the number 4 for the Kenny McPeek barn by First Crop Stallion Connect. This one sold for $210,000 as a yearling and was a strong rallying 3rd in the career debut sprinting at Churchill Downs. The winner of that race came back to run 2nd in the graded Saratoga Special with an 81 buyer speed figure. And let's take this layoff with a grain of salt. I'm sure if Kenny McPeek could have run Rattle N Roll, he would have run him already at this meet. Unfortunately, he had all those issues with the quarantine. Nice bullet work on August 13th.
Yes, absolutely. That's a very good point about the layoff and the situation that Kenny McPeek's barn found itself in earlier this meet before clearing the quarantine. Connect he's another son of Curlin. As we said, that's usually a stamina-laden sire line. Connect did his best work at 1 mile. The First Crop Stallion certainly has the ability to sire a horse who can go a bit longer.
Sneaky price horse in here is up next. The number 5, Commander Compton. This is a son of Congrats and a full brother to Top Decile who placed in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. A $160,000 yearling, the second dam, a multiple stakes winner on dirt. And this one goes out for trainer Phil Bauer, a very underrated horseman who's having a fine meet.
He is. And, I think this horse and his placement, very interesting. It is a more dirt-leaning pedigree. So I wonder if they went long on the grass in this Colts debut to get the experience, just because that's where the two-turn opportunities are for 2-year-olds early on. They're on the lawn. And now the horse is fit and where they want him, moving to his preferred surface. Came back from that debut with 3 solid works since. I love it when a 2-year-old comes out of their debut and works well. It shows the light bulb is going on. And as with all of these races, I will encourage you to check out the Clocker reports produced by our colleague Mike Walsh and his team for every day of this meet.
The 6 is Dowagiac Chief. This is a son of Cairo Prince. Finished behind Rattle N Roll in the career debut sprinting. But I like that this Tom Amos trainee showed improved speed. Second time out going long, albeit on the turf. It was an improved performance. This one sold for 6 figures on 2 occasions. The dam's a half to La Song, who wanted to go a distance of ground and was also fairly precocious.
Yeah, this horse definitely improved in the second start, and I'm not sure what part of that you can attribute to the stretching out and how much of it that you can pin on getting on the turf. This is another one going turf to dirt for this spot, and I might actually prefer him on the turf. By Cairo Prince out of an Escandaria mare, that combination of bloodlines is very interesting to me. I'll be curious to see what this horse ultimately wants to do.
Not sure what to make of the 7, Unbridled Bomber, a $35,000 April 2-year-old by Upstart. The dam had no problem going long. But if you go back in this female family, lots of speed. And I'm wondering if this horse will show early speed with stretching out with the addition of blinkers. I'm a little bit concerned about the 1 1/8, although he should be a very playable price.
Yeah, I think he's playable because that, the maiden he exits has come back well so far. Third place, Big Scully exited that debut, finishing third on debut to win. That said, Unbridled Bomber's experience thus far has come in a sprint. And I think for this race, I am going to lean toward the ones who have gone longer to start off.
Completing the field's the 8, Keepcalmcarryon by Union Rags, a $75,000 yearling trained by Todd Pletcher. The dam was a stakes-winning router. Good debut behind stablemate Wit, who is a very impressive juvenile. Horse came back to win the Sanford with a big Beyer speed figure. Wore a bar shoe last time out, Nicole. Second to Stellar Tap. A big day for Steve Asmussen, to say the least, when Stellar Tap graduated. And I think that horse has a future as well.
Yeah, I definitely think Keepcalmcarryon has faced some very nice horses. As you said, Wit on debut, who is likely going to be favored in the hopeful on closing day at Saratoga. Then faced Stellar Tap, who certainly won like a nice horse for the Asmussen barn and, looks like he has a future. So this horse, 5-2 on the morning line for Todd Pletcher, John Velasquez, Union Rags, a very good juvenile sire. This one is going to be tricky to beat.
I really like your top pick as we take a look at our selections for this race. Commander Compton is just a fascinating horse, and I think you're spot on with your point that the reason Phil Bauer debuted this horse on turf was because that's where the 2-turn opportunities at Saratoga are, save for this one race on dirt, 1 1/8 every year. I'm willing to draw a line through that race. I like what I've seen from the workouts recently, especially a 59 and change out of the gate on August 8th.
Yeah, I could say I really like your top pick as well, Dan. As I said, Keepcalmcarryon has faced probably the best horses of anybody in this field to date. Is going to be a difficult horse to beat for Pletcher and Velasquez, but I will take a shot with Commander Compton, just sort of reading between the lines on that horse, on the placement, on the way he has come back to work. I think that this horse is moving to his preferred surface and preferred type of distance and is training well toward this challenge.
Keepcalmcarryon was sort of bogged down inside in that most recent start, going 7/8. Once he got into the clear at the 3/16, he was really motoring on home, breaking from the outside. Maybe he could get some clear sailing. 5-8-3-1 for Nicole, 8-4-5-3 for me. It's Thursday's Spa Baby Race, and it's presented by Spendthrift.